Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Here's your news for August 13th, 2019. We're kicking off with Monday Night Raw news today as the fallout from an explosive SummerSlam pay-per-view the night before was felt on the Red brand. In the opening segment, new Universal Champion Seth Rollins tried to do a victory lap with the crowd in Toronto, but instead got interrupted by the OC, setting up a main event between himself and AJ Styles. Though the Architect and the Phenomenal One had a fantastic match earlier this year at Money in the Bank, this rematch struggled to get out of the starting blocks, as constant interference by Gallows and Anderson slowed the pace down. When the OC led a 3-on-1 assault on Rollins, it was Ricochet who tried to make the save, though it was Braun Strowman who evened the numbers up and turned the tide on the OC. As for Rollins, he didn't look like he knew what was going on, but was certainly pleased for the help. It looks like the Architect will be working alongside the Monster Among Men for the time being, and this could be a great way to get Strowman back in the Universal title picture after a disastrous year. Though Rollins was able to leave SummerSlam as the new Universal Champion, one superstar who wasn't so lucky was Natalya, who came up short in her submission match against Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. On Raw this week, the Hart family member revealed that she suffered a dislocated elbow during the match and is scheduled for an MRI. Natalya also spoke about her father Jim Neidhart, who passed away 1 year ago today, though her emotional words didn't stop Sasha Banks finally making her return to WWE TV. After being absent since WrestleMania 35, the Boss hugged Natalya, but showed a new mean streak by attacking the already injured superstar. Pulling off her purple wig to reveal she now has blue hair underneath, Banks didn't stop, and even though Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch came to make the save, she too suffered Sasha's wrath, being downed with a series of steel chair shots. The first heel turn for Banks in over 3 years, the Boss clearly felt good about what she did and has put herself in front of the line for possible opponents for the Men's Championship. On social media, Sasha spoke about being free from what she had been before, saying, "Finally free, the butterfly sheds light on situations that the caterpillar never considered, ending the internal struggle." With Lynch's reign now heading into its 6th month, it may finally be time for a new champion to emerge, as having Banks beat the man in her first pay-per-view back would really establish a new top heel in the Raw Women's division. If she does become champion, hopefully her reign will mean something, as though Sasha is a 4-time former Raw Women's champion, each of these reigns has been incredibly short. Speaking of character changes, one superstar who isn't turning face anytime soon, despite what some fans thought, is Samoa Joe. After coming to Roman Reigns' aid last week on Monday Night Raw, it seemed the former NXT champion could have been turning face, and on this week's Raw, Joe continued to tease a turn with a comedic moment backstage with the Street Profits. The NXT Tag Team Champions were able to egg Sami Zayn into a rant about Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Joe himself, though Zayn didn't realize the Samoan superstar was standing right behind him. Despite being in his native Canada, having the home field advantage didn't make a difference for Zayn, who lost to Joe in less than a minute. Though this seemed to confirm a face turn for the former United States champion, that wasn't the case, as Joe made it clear he still hates the fans and will never forgive them for accusing him of being Roman Reigns' attacker. It looks like it's time Joe got some big wins and some dominant booking on Raw, or he may end up being the next Rusev, who has accomplished nothing in 2019 and hasn't been seen on WWE TV in far too long. One huge accomplishment for Joe may come next week, as on the most recent edition of Raw, the WWE announced the return of the King of the Ring. A staple of the WWE, the first tournament saw the late Harley Race be crowned king in 1986, while the first pay-per-view saw Bret Hart defeat Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, and Bam Bam Bigelow on the same night to capture the crown. Since then, several major stars in WWE have received the crown and scepter, including Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Edge. Not every reign was great though, as the past 3 kings, William Regal, Sheamus, and Wade Barrett, all had losing streaks after becoming the company's reigning monarch. The King of the Ring tournament was last used in 2015, so hopefully WWE has learnt its lesson in the 4 years since and will treat the next king with some solid booking after their win. Of the 19 men to have become king, almost half of them would go on to become a WWE World Champion, so capturing the throne next week could be the big win needed for many mid-card stars. 16 superstars will be vying for the crown, including superstars from Raw and SmackDown, such as former world champions The Miz and Kevin Owens, current 24/7 champion Elias, and Baron Corbin, who will be returning to the ring for the first time in over a month. We've got news from NXT now, as though last Saturday's TakeOver Toronto 2 event was a big night for WWE's developmental brand, the show must go on. This Thursday, there will be more TV tapings for the Yellow brand, though this may change soon, as there are reportedly plans to make NXT a weekly live show in the near future. According to reports, this would make the September 11th and 12th tapings the final tapings for NXT before the show goes live on FS1. We must stress that these rumors are still rumors though, as according to PW Insider, there's been no indication made to anyone internally that it's happening in regards to NXT going live as a 2-hour show. If WWE are planning to make the huge change, then they're clearly playing their cards close to their chest. Only time will tell whether NXT does make the jump to Fox, though if this is the plan, the company will need to make an announcement soon, as well as think of something big to replace the developmental brand if it's taken off the WWE network. Speaking of the network, the streaming service was recently updated, and though it now has a new, sleeker design, not everyone is a fan of the change. During SummerSlam weekend, many fans had problems with streaming the pay-per-view, and this problem was especially bad for anyone who shares an account with friends. The update has made it that people won't be able to share their accounts across too many platforms, which means fans can't chip in to get the network cheaper. The update also means that fans can't share passwords either. This became a major problem during SummerSlam when fans found themselves locked out of their accounts as they were unable to catch the biggest party of the summer. It was a good 5 years for those fans who were able to save a bit of money, but it seems that time has come to an end thanks to the upgrade. Back to Raw now, and there was once again chaos over the WWE 24/7 Championship on this week's show. During a tag match between the Revival and the Lucha House Party, 24/7 champion R-Truth ran to ringside after being chased by superstars backstage, but nobody saw what happened next. The scuffle, the referee threw out the tag match, as both Dash and Dawson pinned Truth together to become the first co-24/7 champions in the title's brief history. Fortunately for WWE, they won't have to make a second belt for the tag team, as before they realized what was happening, a distraction by Carmella allowed Truth to pick up the win, becoming a 12-time champion. This reign didn't last long either though, as the rapping superstar was attacked backstage by Elias, who smashed a guitar over his head to claim the title for himself. With so many title changes, fans can't help but wonder where was Drake Maverick in all of this? As though the British superstar is already a 4-time champion, he should probably spend less time chasing the gold and more time working on his marriage. Also on Raw, Rey Mysterio and Andrade rekindled their rivalry in a 2 out of 3 falls match, the latest battle in what has been one of 2019's most personal feuds. Early on, Andrade scored the first fall thanks to an assist by Zelina Vega, though Mysterio was almost able to tie things up with a Hurricane Rana. After a blow to Rey's head, the former NXT champion almost had the match won, and though Mysterio attempted a frog splash, it was Andrade's counter that won him the second fall and the match. Looking ahead to SmackDown now, and tonight's show has already had a huge match confirmed between Roman Reigns and Buddy Murphy. After Murphy accused Rowan of being the big dog's attacker last week, the Eco Warrior attacked the Australian on the SummerSlam kickoff, something Murphy didn't take lightly. Challenging Reigns to a match tonight, the former Universal Champion quickly accepted the call, and though it seems likely the big dog could win, having Murphy go over would be a huge shock to the fans, as well as a huge victory for the former Cruiserweight Champion, whose career has stalled since losing the title at WrestleMania. Over to AEW now, and though Chris Jericho is no longer part of WWE, that doesn't mean he's left the McMahon company behind altogether. This past Sunday, the AEW star took to social media to praise SummerSlam and gave particular props to Goldberg, who delivered arguably his most devastating spear to Dolph Ziggler. Much like Goldberg, Jericho has had an issue recently with NXT superstar Matt Riddle, and though a match between Y2J and the King of Bros is unlikely, a Riddle vs. Goldberg match could happen down the line. Of course, this would rely on both men willing to work together, and though a match between the two may never happen, we all know to never say never in WWE. And finally today we're ending with some stone cold news, as the former world champion has once again made it clear that he won't be returning to the ring. Speaking to Sports Illustrated, the Rattlesnake admitted he still follows WWE, but won't be lacing up his boots, saying, "I can't wrestle anymore. I don't live in the past. I'm happy I was Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I also want to show people who and what Steve Austin is all about." Although it would be great to see the bionic redneck in the ring again, it's clear those days are in the past, as Austin's history of neck problems, among other injuries, mean that the Rattlesnake's health comes before anything else. Well guys, that's our news for today. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 10 huge, shocking WWE 2019 rumors you need to know about. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon so you don't miss a single new video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.